Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the one of the most anticipated horror release of 2026. Lee Cronin, The Mummy, which we had a hint at the theater that's week. If you have the fan in the Cronin's previous work like Evil Dead Rise, you are ready for the knock of the raw. Intense and the deeply unstable horror this is time. He is the tracking the legendary monster with a completely fresh and the twist with the reminding in the nose and the spy adventure of the classic adventure vibe here. This is a pure supernatural horror tragedy and the setup in the spoiler free is the no story center in the future of the family the dealing with the ungamely mystery is the young girl vision in the without is the trail is the desert is the living in the love and the broken and the year is later the something shock is the happening in the turn into the should be have the moment in the leap into the absolutely dead from the very first scene in the colony in the blind the heavy atmosphere in the grief in the granular and is the something in the essence looking and just the brightness in the surface of the film in the run about 2 hour and 30 minutes. Given the print in the room in the breathing in sometimes a little is too much, but have that is the performance is the Jack Ryan in the delivery in the strong grounded performance and this the journalist's father carrying the emotional weight of the story with the real disappear and exhaust in the Leila Krause is the actually simply is the mother being in the quiet the intensely raw ability and the young cast member, especially the one of the plays the Ragri's daughter. This the disturbingly effective. There the possibility to the alone with the create some in the film in the most chilling moment. Sporting turn of the maybe is the comedy in the where Veronica fallen in the layer in the culture of the texture and the youngness of the feel is the authentic rather than force. Lee Cronin learn in the heart to the body horror and the psychologically tension is the practical effect that is the count. There has the sequence of the make of the square in the seat and that is the kind of gesture. In the west is the visual is the note of the land and the desert sitting in the desk use the beautifully to the create the isolated the bread with the something strike in the cinematography just to make the environment feel alive in the theater. The sound of design is the top tier is the suitability of the create in the whisper and the design to the hall is the keep you're in the edge of the quiet scene as this the score and sound is the feeling in the something in the very old and the very wrong has been the disturbed. That side is the movie does is the stack in the place and the place is the town in the middle is the focus of the family the dynamic is the emotion in the fallout that has is the pure non-stop scale that is the mind feel in the weight and the significant throw in the some viewer might in the heavy of the CGI and the climax between the jerking and the compressed in the more grounded horror is a rare on. Lee Cronin in the Mummy is the bold ambitious swing of the realizing in the classic horror icon. Is this the more accepted meets the family trauma and the tragedy is the mummy rope and the mighty the disappointed some in the expected in the tomb riding action in the but if you love the slow burn supernatural horror with the strong performance and the genuinely disturbing in the imagery this is the one of the delivers. It is the not perfect it is the run bit is the long and that's the ending feel in the sidely refreshing in the but there the early is the more original horror film I have seen this year. Recommended for the horror fan, especially for the enjoy the Evil Dead Rise. Is the film like the Headably and that is the weird box. Would I like again the probably in the big screen in the 4K at the home and the 4K release in the drop? What way the thing this the scene already seen? Drop you the thing in the comment below and the no spoiler please. Do have the some in the more planning in the catch the weekend. Thanks to watching and hit the like button. Enjoy this view. So please subscribe my channel.